podcast where we dive into some of the most challenging issues facing teens today. And I'm your host Rakan talking to you right now. And we are getting into some heavy but important topic today, and it is should assisted suicide be legal today? That's our topic for today. Let's give a big welcome to our guest star today. Let's start with Keisha, Afifa, and Sasqia. How are you guys doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm also feeling good today. Thank you for inviting me to this podcast.
I'm feeling good and I'm ready to discuss this big topic today.
Alright, let's get into it. Assisted suicide, also called euthanasia, is when someone helps a seriously ill person to end their life, usually to stop unbearable suffering. Some countries like Canada and Netherlands allow it under a strict condition, but in most places like Indonesia, it's legal. This topic is especially important right now because there have been growing issues in teens among society. In Belgium, for example, there was a case where a 17 years old was granted the right to die by euthanasia. People are questioning, should this even be an option, or especially for young people? Before we go deeper, let's hear from our guest. Let's start with Keisha. What do you think about it?
I believe assisted suicide should be legal, but under very specific circumstances. Imagine you are a teen suffering from a terminal illness. You are in unbearable pain, and there's no cure. Shouldn't you have the right to decide when you've had enough? In those cases, I think it's more sympathetic to allow someone to die peacefully on their own terms.
Okay, that's an interesting point from you, of course. So it's about a personal choice and a compassion for you. Afifa, do you agree with that?
Yes, I'm with Keisha. I totally agree. But let's see it from another point of view. It's not just about physical pain. What about mental health? There are a lot of teens who suffer from several mental health issues like depression or feel like there is no way out. I mean, look at the rise in teen suicide rates. Also, there's this case of an 18-year-old boy in Jakarta just last month who died after facing relentless academic pressure by suicide. Shouldn't we offer options that are more safe and controlled instead of leaving them to suffer in silence or worse, attempt something dangerous?
Well, you have hit on something super relevant. Teen mental health is a crisis, no doubt. But Sasqia, you have a different perspective, I think. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I do. I'm definitely against making assisted suicide legal, especially for teens. First of all, these brains are still developing, and emotions can be all over the place. I mean, how many times have we felt overwhelmed and thought this is the end of the world only to feel better later? If we make assisted suicide an option, we're basically giving up on finding other solutions, like better mental health care. It's like we're saying, hey, if life gets tough, ending is okay, which is a dangerous message.
I hear you. You're saying that there is some other way to help people, like therapy or maybe getting a support system. Let's get back to Keisha. What do you think about that?
I get where you're coming from, Sasqia, and I don't think anyone saying that assisted suicide should be a quick fix for anyone going through a hard time. But in extreme conditions like terminal illness, where there's no chance of recovery, it's about giving that person control. It's not for everyone, but shouldn't those who are suffering and have no other option be allowed to make that decision?
Afifa, care to add to that?
Sure, we are talking about creating a system where professionals are involved, like doctors, psychologists, and psychiatrists. It won't be like, I'm so sad today, so I want to die tomorrow. No, it will be a well-thought process with evaluations to make sure that it's not just an impulsive decision. This way, we can avoid those rash decisions that Sasqia is worried about.
Right, so the idea is to have safeguard in place. Sasqia, does that anything change anything for your opinion or something?
I mean, I see the point of safeguards, but I still think it's dangerous to even open the door to this kind of thing. Once it's legal, how do we control it? Will people start using it as an option for non-terminal cases or even just emotional distress? Is the black hole that people can take advantage of?
You got the point, but to be fair, we do put safeguards on a lot of things, like driving or even voting, and we manage those. So let me ask this. What about cases where there is just no cure, where the person knows they are going to die painfully? Shouldn't they at least have that option?
Absolutely. No one should have to suffer endlessly just because the law says they can make a choice about their own life, especially for teens with terminal conditions. Giving them the power to choose could provide peace in otherwise devastating situations.
I get the point aspect, but our focus should be on improving creative care and making sure no one has to suffer in the first place. And honestly, teens are still figuring out who they are. How can they make such a final decision?
Well, but that's the point. If the suffering is not bearable anymore or there is no cure, why deny them that choice? I mean, I think denying it is what's more harmful in the long run.
You all make a really good point. Clearly, this is a complex issues with no easy answers, of course. I think it's safe to say there is a strong argument on both sides, whether it's about understanding personal choice or ensuring safety and well-being of teens. So let's just discuss about what possible solution that we can do as a teens today.
I think raising awareness about mental health is the crucial part. We could start from our schools to provide resources and create safe spaces for students to talk about their struggles. From this, we can maybe find solution for that. Also, friend support play a big role here.
Absolutely, and we should advocate for better mental health in schools. Understanding mental health issues can help reduce stigma and encourage students to make help when they need it.
And we should also focus on lobbying for improved mental health service in our communities.
That's great. Lastly, to wrap things up, what you guys hope for listeners to take away from our conversation right now?
I just hope people realize that even though things can feel hopeless, especially as teens, there are ways to help besides ending life. Reach out, talk to someone. Life has its ups and downs, but there's always hope.
I'd say think about the importance of choice. In those cases like terminal illness, I think we should trust the people to make decisions about their own life, especially when they're suffering.
Yeah, and also let's not shy away from deep conversations about mental health. If we really do care about saving lives, we should see all the options available and making sure that they got support.
Okay, that's our full stuff from you guys. Well, that's all the time we have for today's. Let's give a big thanks for our starters right now, for Keisha, Afifa, and Sasqia. This is a very heavy conversation. There are so many things we can talk about this, but that's our time for today. Remember, if you are struggling, reach your friends, your relatives, and remember you have a lot of friends today. And this has been Team Talks. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.